Dear Slaters, in today's video, we will take up the prose lesson of Unit 4, An Adventure in detail. But first, let us recapitulate the story. This is a story of two cousins, Seema and Arun. They saved a police officer who was attacked by a gang of smugglers. Seema and Arun had come to their grandparents' place at Vishnupur on a vacation. Vishnupur was a small, quiet town surrounded by green hills and some ancient ruins. They spent time in exploring the old temple that was in a fort near Vishnupur. Sometimes they pretended to be the rulers of ancient kingdom, and sometimes they would play hide and seek. One day, Arun and Seema were playing hide and seek. Seema went to search Arun. Seema knew Arun's favorite hiding places, but then she could not find him in the old temple. So she went to the cave to find him. At the entrance of that cave, she found a piece of torn paper with the letters CLP. Meanwhile, Arun came to the entrance of the cave. She showed him the paper. Arun said that the word might be ELP. That's when Seema thought it must have been help, HELP, and someone threw the paper there. So they came to a conclusion that someone was in trouble and needed help. They searched everywhere and finally found a man tied up. They untied him and took him to their grandparents. Later, the person tells them that he was a police officer and he was attacked by a gang of smugglers. He thanked Seema and Arun for saving his life. Everyone in Vishnupur also praised Seema and Arun. Slaters, turn to the page 48 on your text and follow me as I read. Also, hold a pencil in your hand to make notes wherever necessary. Let's go, said Seema, or it will be time for lunch before we know it. Yes, let's go towards the old temple, said Arun, her cousin. As always, they had come to Vishnupur to their grandparents. It was a small, quiet town surrounded by green hills and some ancient ruins. They particularly loved going for walks and spent hours exploring the old temple in a fort nearby. Sometimes they pretended to be the rulers of an ancient kingdom. At other times, they played hide and seek. Arun and Seema are cousins and they have come to Vishnupur to their grandparents' home. Vishnupur is a small, quiet town that is surrounded by green hills and some old and broken or damaged buildings. They loved going for walks and spent a lot of time knowing about the old temple in detail. So, they went to the old temple to play. Sometimes they acted like rulers of an ancient kingdom, and sometimes they played hide and seek. The word ruins is a noun. It means collapsed or broken parts of an old structure. Old, damaged are its synonyms. Let's try to use the word ruins in a sentence. The archaeologists found the ruins of an ancient kingdom. The palace was in ruins. Now, Slaters, I want you all to try and frame a sentence on your own. The word explore is a verb. It means search or travel through. Let's check example sentences. He tried to explore new ideas in improving his communication skills. Travelers explored India on foot during the olden days. Slaters, I want you all to try and frame a sentence with the word explore. The word pretended is a verb. It means acted. Assume, fake are its synonyms. Let's check example sentences. Children like to pretend like their teachers while playing. Varun pretended to be asleep as soon as his father arrived. Slaters, I want you all to try and frame a sentence with the word pretend on your own. The word ancient is an adjective. It means old. Recent, modern are its antonyms. Let's check example sentences later. She preserved her grandmother's ancient jewelry. It is an ancient building and so there are many cracks. Slaters, I want you all to try and frame a sentence on your own. Now let's move on to the next paragraph. Catch me if you can, shouted Arun, and he ran ahead. I will catch you in a minute, replied Seema as she followed. Arun was soon out of sight as he went round the corner. Seema knew his favorite hiding place and smiled to herself thinking, he won't escape me. She ran down the hill towards the old temple where she knew Arun would be hiding. But he wasn't there. He must have gone to the cave, she thought. This was another favorite place for them. A cave behind some creepers. One day, Arun and Seema were playing hide and seek. Arun moved forward and soon became invisible. Seema went in search of Arun. She also knew Arun's favorite hiding places. But then, she could not find him in the old temple. So, she went to the cave, that is, behind the creepers, looking for him. The phrase out of sight means hidden, invisible. Let's check example sentences, children. Sam waved till their grandparents' car was out of sight. The baby was suddenly out of sight while playing in the garden. Now, I want you all to try and frame a sentence with the phrase out of sight. The word escape is a verb. It means run away. Let's check example sentences. The thief escaped from the prison. Arun always escapes from the work given to him. Slaters, I want you all to try and frame a sentence on your own. The word creepers is a noun. It means plants that grows along the ground, extending its stems or branches. The examples of some creepers are pumpkin plant and sweet potato plants. Children, I hope you all have understood the first part of the lesson, an adventure. Now, here is today's home assignment. You need to record the answers to these questions and send it to your English language teacher. First question, what are Arun's favorite hiding places? What are Arun's favorite hiding places? Second question, give the antonym of ancient. Give the antonym of ancient. Third question, frame a sentence with the word ruin. Frame a sentence with the word ruin. Fourth question, where do Seema and Arun spend their vacation? Where do Seema and Arun spend their vacation? Fifth question, write the expanded forms of I'll, am, let's. That's all for today, children. Let's meet up in another session. Until then, happy learning.